Hi, everybody. And yes, indeed, away we go with another edition of our wrestling show. Ed Whalen here at ringside with the Bulldog Man, Bob Brown. And I guess the big thing on the agenda has to be a $10,000 battle royal.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here with you, Mr. Ed Whalen. Of course, I missed you last week, and of course, we had a lot of differences in the last couple weeks, but I'm sure we'll get to know each other. I'm hot, I'm raring to go, and let's get on with it.
Who's going to win the battle royal? Have you picked a winner?
Yes, I think Mucka Singh will win the battle royal.
How did I know you were going to say that? At any rate, we've got a lot of bouts on the card, and we are going to have a look-see at a battle royal with a ring full of mayhem. Of that, you're guaranteed. We'll be right back. Yes, we shall launch the proceedings with Biff Wellington against the Cuban Assassin. The Assassin at 235, Havana, Cuba. Wellington at 218 from Lloydminster. This is a one-fall affair with a 20-minute time limit. We're going to have a series of 20-minute time limit matches, after which we will eyeball the $10,000, 15-man, count 'em, battle royal. Jürgen Herman is the referee. Wellington, the fast-rising young star, against the Cuban Assassin, the veteran. I might also add, when you take a look at the Cuban, you will see proof positive that first cousins shouldn't marry.
What do you mean by that, Ed Whalen?
That is ugly.
Well, believe me when I tell you, with Mr. Wellington will get all the experience of wrestling when he tackles a Cuban here. He's got 20 minutes, and the Cuban Assassin, I'll guarantee you one thing, will give him a lesson of professional wrestling the way it's supposed to be done.
That remains, sir, to be seen, sir. I do hope that Jim Davies kept you under control last week.
And I did miss you, but there's something I must ask you. Why are you always want to chase the little weasel away? The guy talks highly of you, and I was going to come here and have him sit in between us tonight.
Sit in between us?
Yes.
Heaven forbid. He's irritating.
He's a great manager.
Great manager. My eye. Anyway, at mid-ring, and I never did tell you, did I, that we're just past the 5-minute mark. Wellington, gradually working his way up the ladder, is now listed as the number 2 contender for Johnny Smith's title in the mid-heavyweight division. You know, one thing I wonder about, isn't Smith getting too big to qualify as a mid-heavyweight?
Yeah, but when the time comes, Mr. Ed Whalen, you'll see him nice and trim all the way down, because he don't want them to take his belt away from him. When the time comes, he'll show you what he's made of. They call him a little British bulldog, but dynamite comes in small packages, and that's what the British bruiser is.
I see. I have had detractors say that if dynamite was brains, he wouldn't be able to blow his hat off. I don't know what that means.
He's a great champion, and he didn't win it by any flukes either. You should compliment him on it.
Oh, I know.
Yes, he's a great little champion, and he's going to be even get better.
Listen, I'm kidding you a bit here. There's no question that Smith is a heck of a fighter. I won't argue with that. I'm not sure about his disposition, but he's a great fighter.
As long as he sticks with that little manager, the little weasel, he'll go all right.
Are you a member of his fan club, this weasel?
No, but I do like him.
Are you one of the rodents?
No, I'm not, but I can say, I can see talent when I see it.
Well, anyhow, this is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Biff Wellington, well, we saw him as a raw rookie. What, it must have been a couple of years back. No further than that. My, how he's come along. Look at that power. When he runs into the clothesline. You like that?
That's what wrestling's all about. You know, he got fancy for about 30 seconds. The Cuban is taming him down now.
understand that Don the Rock Morocco has left the territory for a brief while, taking the North American title with him. I anticipate Morocco will be back soon. I haven't had an opportunity to talk to Mukka Singh since he became an ex-champion. Is he in mourning?
Did you say he just left? I think he left with the title because he knows he had a big rematch coming with Mukka Singh. And you know, Ed Whalen, 380 pounds, what a tremendous athlete this man is. It's only a matter of time before he gets his title back from Don the Rock Morocco.
10 minutes gone.
You don't like me, I know.
I don't what?
You don't like me.
Well, you're not exactly the biggest crush in my life. I must admit, Boy, I may make fun of the Cuban Commando and his helicopter hairstyle, but the fact remains he is one tough hombre that I'd not want to meet in a back alley.
He's a tough one. You know, he's been around for a number of years, and hey, that guy has got everything. Every time you see him in the ring, you're getting 125% and nothing less. That's why all the fans, they love him. They're giving him a standing ovation right now.
I didn't notice that.
Oh.
I thought they were objecting to the fact he threw Wellington over the top rope. But then I guess I'm naive.
Well, he gave him a clothesline, and he fell backwards over the top, but he didn't get thrown over.
Oh, sure. Well, Wellington is not going to get an engraved invitation to get back into the squared circle. No, sir. 20-minute time limit. And we are moving toward the 15-minute mark. Watch it now.
Really surprised me quite a bit that this match has gone 15 minutes, because I thought the Cuban would have done away with him a long time ago.
Well, I figured it might go the distance. I don't know, but certainly, look out. Oh, you call that a 2 3/4?
Could have came down with the hand for the 3. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? You fought in this ring a few times. You remember some of your memorable fights?
Yeah, I must say that the greatest match I've ever had here would be against Dave Rule, the Stopper, Leo Burke. And you know what? I'm just participating in getting back in the ring. I'm making another big comeback here.
Are you making a comeback here?
Yeah, I think it'll be the biggest thing that ever hit this television.
Oh, wow. Stop my beating heart. Really? Really? Wellington is having all sorts of problems trying to get into the ring. Just a 2 count, that's all. Well, if you're scoring on points, the Cuban has had the advantage. See, I'm not arguing with you on that.
Now, even though I just saw promoter Stu Hart grab the Weasel by the leg, I don't think the man's got the right to touch any manager around the ring, just like you got no right to chase the manager. I think that you guys are doing this man great injustice, and I think that you ought to cut it out.
The Weasel sucks. Let's put it that way.
That's the worst statement I've ever heard.
That's the worst statement I've ever made. But it's applicable. Look at him go. Beautiful work by Wellington. He's going to come off up top. Here he goes. Oh, no. Oh, no. A 1-point landing.
Just a plain stupid move. I would have never done that when I was in the ring.
You're watching the Cuban Assassin against Biff Wellington. We're just short of the 15-minute mark. This is one fall. There's a 20-minute time limit. It's a hard-hitting affair. Both men shaken up right now. The Cuban assassin has dominated, really, though. Jürgen Hermann, the referee, giving the count to both men. And the crowd giving a vigorous response to this match. The Cuban may be operating on one wheel after that malfunction.
Give that Cuban another standing ovation. They want the Cuban to come back. They want him to beat this Biff Wellington. I don't know why.
I don't know how you interpret this crowd, but it's weird. Oh, no. Got the knees up, got him in the midsection. Boy, this has been a hard-slugging affair. As Tommy Carr is about to tell us, we're at the 15-minute mark.
"15 minutes gone. 15 minutes.
There you go. Like I told you, there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 2.5. Biff Wellington moving rapidly up the mid-heavyweight ladder. Cuban assassin, not very highly ranked in the heavyweight ranks. Matter of fact, in this territory, he's down at the bottom. Does that surprise you?
It really does surprise me, because I think he's a fine, outstanding athlete, and the man should be number 1. When you're talking about the Cuban assassin, you're talking about the best. And of course, you can't forget his great partner, Mr. Morrow. I think they're great. And if you weren't here when it happened, but promoter Stu Hart forced them into a cage match, and they lost their title. And I think that was injustice, too, because a title match should never have been held in a cage. But that's Stu Hart's dealings all over, and the Hart family.
You're under stress, aren't you?
I'm mad.
You're stressed.
I'm mad tonight.
I can tell that. I can tell. My. Wellington, he has had his hands full in this match.
You weren't around either when Maka Singh lost his title, Don the Rock Morocco. That was out of town. But let me tell you another
I
thing.
gave Maka a standing ovation.
Let me remind you one thing, though. He got beat, but he didn't get beat legally. Don Morocco reached up and pulled his tights. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. That's another conspiracy that's going on here. But they got them all.
You see a conspirator under every bed, every closet, every... Yeah, I think you're not paranoid, are you? It's just that everybody's against you, right?
I never lie.
Yeah, okay. He's got a lot to say tonight, hasn't he? Okay, off those ropes now. Ducks under, look out, Nelly. Beautiful, beautiful clothesline. But in so doing, Wellington shook himself up. We're moving into the late stages. I'll tell you something, it has been a ring-a-ding-dong-dandy. Hard-hitting battle. Crowd loves it. Turn around, got him in there. Wellington beginning to even things up. Gonna drive him again, look out though. The only reason I said look out is, wow, the Cuban can be devious. Couple of minutes to go.
2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes to go. There's the hip toss. He's going to drop the knee. Cover 1, 2. Whoa, you just about hit Waterloo, Mr. Cuba.
Yeah, but you don't beat Mr. Cuba that way. You better get him. You better get him down, and he better be beat outright, because you're not going to get him with an easy 3 count.
Well, watch it now. Came underneath. Cross body block. 1, 2. Just. Pretty slow count. Pretty slow count.
I'm watching Stu Hart here once again. Well, he should have counted 3. I don't know why. The man kicked out in the count of 2.
Close call once again.
You know what MIO stands for?
1 minute.
Mamma Mio? No.
No, match is over.
Oh. Not quite. Only about 45 seconds remaining in the match. Wellington trying to rally and put him away. Gonna pull him down. 1, 2. Not enough. Not enough.
Great match.
30 seconds left. You like this match?
Oh, I love it.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
The Cuban Assassin's giving him a treatment of wrestling. He's setting him up, but you don't understand that.
No, I don't understand that because I think Wellington's on the verge, too. And there's a beautiful clothesline. There's a 2 count. Not quite.
15 seconds
15 seconds gone. I think it could well go the distance by the look of it.
10 seconds.
1, 2. Couldn't get him, and that's going to do it. It is all over, and it's a draw. The British Bulldogs, and guys, now that you've hit this territory, now that you've got the belts, I'm given to understand there are a lot of tag teams who are anxious to come here.
Well, you know, there's a lot of tag teams. There's Vulcan Singh, Mukim Singh. You got the Cuban Commandos. You got Shaft Cameron. He's going to team up with somebody. You got new tag teams coming in. Maybe the guys like the Moondogs, you know.
I hear mutterings about the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express. They're supposed to come in February. They all want to show the British Bulldogs head. But we've been around the world 4 times. We've been undefeated 4 times. We're the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions for the longest time of any professional wrestlers. Me and the Dynamite Kid. And we come to Stampede Wrestling. We took those belts off the Cuban Commandos, and we're here to stay in Calgary. And if there's any challenges, Ed, doesn't matter if they come from Australia, doesn't matter if they come from Vancouver, Canada. We don't care where they come from. We'll take them right here in the ring, Ed.
Dynamite, I've never seen you back down from anybody when it comes to defending the belts. You've always been active champion.
That's right, Ed. We never did back down. We never will back down. Like I said, there's a lot of new teams coming into Stampede Wrestling right now. And let's not forget Terry Funk Jr., Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk. And maybe the Road Warriors already issued a challenge. Well, that could be all in 1989. So all you teams out there, the Funk Brothers, the Road Warriors, the Rock and Roll Express, you name it, we're not going nowhere. We're staying right here in Calgary with Stampede Wrestling. You want to challenge us for the international belts? We got them. You come and take them.
Okay, there they are, the British Bulldogs, world famous. Well, take a look now at the great Gama. Yes, he's back against Tommy Ferrara, Minneapolis. Gama from Karachi, Pakistan. Ferrara, as I mentioned, Minneapolis, and he's a 215. Gama at the mid-heavyweight limit of 220 pounds. And it's Gama dominating in the early going. Dean Hart, the referee, 1 fall, 20-minute time limit. The great Gama is back from a triumphant tour of South Africa. And one of the amazing things to me is that he is so unpopular in this territory and yet a great hero in South Africa.
Well, he's a great piece of talent, Mr. Ed Wellen. Let me remind you something about the great Gama. He's no stranger to me. I know him quite clearly. He was my great tag team partner in the Midwest for over 2.5 years, and we were the World Tag Team Champions. And as I look into the ring now, he hasn't lost a bit of thing.
You were a tag team champion duo with him.
I sure was. We were a great team. Scared everybody away, too.
Good-looking team, too, right?
Yes,
oh, yes, sir. Oh, man. Gama is really handling this man in the early going. I haven't had much opportunity. I've met Tommy Ferrara in the dressing room. Nice young man. I get the impression he's fairly new to the business. And when a man is new to the business and faces the ferocity and the ability of the great Gama, he's got a problem on his hands.
He's getting his early year present right now at the hands of the great Gama. But before I get into it, I want to know one thing. Are you going to answer my question truthfully? What did you talk to the Bulldogs about? Did you tell them how overrated they are?
I told him that, as a matter of fact, there are some great tag teams coming to the territory, and they're going to be busy.
Oh.
You are watching the great Gama against Tommy Ferrara. Not much difference in weight, a lot of difference in experience. Gama at 220, Ferrara 215. Gama the experienced one. Gama practically a national hero in South Africa. and in many other African states. Look out, look out. Ferrara into trouble. You're a little bit of a masochist, aren't you?
I tell you, they try to do something fancy to this great Gamma. Every time it backfires, along with his great manager. You don't like him. Why don't you like him?
I think I'd like Barry better. You know, this guy, the Weasel.
You know what
Pardon?
he did for me last week?
What did
Him and his mother and father took me out for dinner.
Did they really?
Yeah, and boy, and it was great too.
Isn't that wonderful? Which side of town?
Oh, it was great. It was a high-class restaurant.
Oh, really?
I imagine the bill was $200 or $300.
Oh, really? Isn't that impressive? Boy, you really are a high liver, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. Life in the fast lane with Bulldog Bob Brown.
Your name comes up quite often. You know why you don't...
In vain.
Yeah, no, it comes up quite often why you dislike their beautiful son. He's doing a great job as a manager. He's got all the champions. What can I tell you? He's just a great one.
I am glad I am not Tommy Ferrara at this moment, because the great Gama is giving him a lesson. Gama has not smiled since he came in the ring. He's going about his task with dogged determination. Just a 2 count, a little better than 2.
The minute he wins his big match, he'll smile.
He'll smile after this match,
yeah.
promise?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Small package, 1, 2. Gama maybe got a little overconfident, did he? A little overconfident. Almost got caught.
One thing about Mr. Singh, he don't take anybody lightly. He's taking this match with great stride. You know, he knows that, hey, on any given day, he's capable of getting beat, but I don't think it's going to be today.
Well, a little later on in the show, as we told you earlier, we've got the 15-man bunkhouse battle royal.
Already told you who the winner was.
You told me who the winner was. However, I think this man, Gama, is a real contender as well. And you've got a few other goodies in there. Johnny Smith, Chris Benoit, Lethal Larry Cameron. Boy, he's frightening. Boy, it is strictly here a case of the great Gama pitching and Tommy Ferrara catching, isn't it?
You ever hear this statement? I'm playing with somebody. That's what Gama Singh is doing now. He's playing with him. He's torturing him, and he wants all the people to walk him back in open arms, and he's going to prove a point.
Well, the young guy works his way in, but he didn't attack, I don't think, quite quickly enough, so immediately he runs into trouble. Well, the very likable Tommy Ferrara, I'm afraid, is getting a wrestling lesson here. It's a neck breaker. Oh, boy. He's meting out the punishment. I think he can finish him off.
Learned everything from me.
He learned everything from you? Yeah?
Don't give anybody a break. Win at all costs, even if you have to cheat.
Oh, no, that's disgusting. I don't want children to listen to that. It's the Cobra. It's the Cobra, the sleeper. He's got him going down. He's got him, I'm sure. Down goes the arm once. Down goes the arm twice. Will it go down again? It does. It's all over. It's all over. How do you like it?
Adios. I told you he was playing with him, and he's played with him for 8 or 9 minutes now, and he has just tortured this young kid. I don't know if this kid's ever going to be the same, but that's what you can expect when you wrestle a great Gama.
Well, great Gama, here with the Weasel, you got to tell us about all the places you've been all over the world.
I've been all over the world, Jim Davies. You can see by looking at this physique, I'm still lean and mean because I've been facing some competition in so many different countries I can't even keep track of it. I've been on all 7 continents of the world. I came back after 2 months undefeated. I came back for one reason, 3 reasons I should say. One of them being that Mukherjee got on the telephone and informed me that the so-called British puppy dogs are back in the area.
Bulldogs,
Yeah.
bulldogs.
That's what I said, puppy dogs. And they've been barking up a storm around here. So we're going to see to that, make sure that everything is straightened out. And also, I understand there's a big prize in a battle roll tonight, 10,000 big ones.
10,000.
Watchy Vice can actually use that money, go into the trust fund, and use it for the right cause ourselves. And the third reason being, the Commonwealth mid-heavyweight title has been away from me for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, for a little bit too long, Jim Davies. I actually loaned it out for the guys to clean it up and shine it up for me, have nice and tidy. I think it's about time that I came back and have it around my waist one more time. It's overdue, and I'm not sure who the title holder at the moment is, but I don't care whoever it is. I want that title around my waist before the year is over.
Okay, that's the great Gamma. He hasn't lost any of his humility. Now let's go to Ed with Stu Hart and Promoter's Corner.
Yes, it is Promoter's Corner with Stu Hart, the local promoter, and we have a sad note to mention here to people across the world of wrestling. That is the passing of Dave Rule. In this very ring here in the 60s and 70s, Dave Rule became a magnificent hero. He also was a self-effacing individual, one of the nicest people I've ever known, and an outstanding wrestler. And his lifelong friend, without question, was Stu Hart. It was a sad day when wrestler Dave Rule passed away. Stuart?
Yes, it was. I went up to see him about 2 weeks ago, and he was going home, and he's coming along, making reasonably good progress. And then we got the call from Tommy Carr, another old friend of his. He called me that he had just called to see how he was, and Martha said she was with him. He died suddenly, and they had to...
That was that.
That was it.
Well,
It came over.
we remember so much, many of the classic matches. I think of Sweet Daddy Siki. I think of the Stomper. I think of Abdullah the Butcher. The list goes on and on. He took them all on,
Yeah, he was some
and
big boys.
he was terrific.
Yeah, he was a tough boy, and he made the full Nelson respected in every ring where he wrestled.
Our thoughts certainly are with his grieving family. Dave Rule was in every sense a gentleman. He was a fine athlete, a great athlete. He was an individual, although he climbed high up the ladder of fame. Nonetheless, he remained very down to earth. We really miss the late Dave Rule. Thank you, Stu. Team warfare. Maka Singh and Boka Singh. I'll tell you, what a combination. We are talking about 690 pounds worth. They almost get choked up over it. They're in there against Gilles de Fosse from the Peace River, bending the beams at 230, and from Hamilton at 240, Kim Shaw. And imagine, at 230 pounds, you're outweighed by 150 pounds by one of your opponents. Right now, it's Bokan Singh as he goes to work on Gilles de Fosse. Funny thing, all four of these grapplers are not particularly popular.
Well, you know, Maka Singh has got a lot to prove. He's mad. You know that a couple weeks ago that he tore a dressing room apart and threw everybody out after Don Morocco illegally beat him by holding the tights. And he went wild. And he has gone wild ever since. I know you missed him last week, but he did a lot of nasty things here to the Bulldogs last week. He should have been here.
I was glad I wasn't here when he lost his title, because I think I might have been the first guy he would have come after. As a matter of fact, he hasn't talked to me since.
I like him. He's 380 pounds. His partner's Sweet 10. I think they're two great athletes. And I'll tell you the truth, you know that I never lie.
I'll tell you the truth, his weight should be around 290 pounds. He's overweight, he's a blob. And I never tell a lie. So there. Okay, Spoken Singh.
Talk about the North American, ex-North American heavyweight
He's
champion.
the ex-champion, former champion, used to be champion, one-time champion. Back when?
And you don't like him.
X. All right, Kim Shaw. Bokan Singh handling him with a big suplex, bridges nicely. They tell me that Bokan Singh, alias Gary Albright, I know all of these things, alias Gary Albright, was a very fine athlete in college.
And he still is. He went from college right into the professional ranks. I think he's making a great name for himself and tagging up with the North American heavyweight wrestling champion, like you say, X. It's going to take him a long way. Do you think that maybe they're going to go after the Bulldogs title?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that'll be interesting. You can hardly wait, can you?
I think they'll beat him.
I can see the twinkle in your eye. Bulldog. This is a 20-minute time limit with Jürgen Hermann looking on. One fall affair. All of it leading toward our 15-man battle royal. I think this is a mismatch, actually, in terms of experience and in terms of size. Not much speed on this team, the Singh boys. Not much speed.
Yeah, they could have won this match the minute they stepped in the ring, but like I tell you, they're playing with them. That's what Mukka Singh, he's going to embarrass them too. The Singhs are going to embarrass them to a point, and then they'll just fall on top of them for the 1, 2, 3. That's all what they're doing right now. You don't understand that.
No, I understand that. I can see that. I can see that. This is not my first wrestling telecast, you know. I do go back 33 years, you know.
You do a great job. I have always said that, and I never lie. You do a great job.
Flattery will get you nowhere at all,
And
Bulldog.
you know what? In a few minutes, I'm going to interview these big guys.
Are you? That's going to be the thrill of your career, isn't it? Boy, is he enthusiastic. The Singh boys are doing something sharp here. They're changing very quickly.
The manager's very happy, too.
Quickly. The manager is going bananas. But he is bananas to start with, so what's the difference, anyhow? This is big Mike Shaw against Kim Shaw. Mike Shaw now running by the name of Mukka Singh, of course. Thought maybe, you know, he was brother to Kim Shaw rather than Boken Singh. At any rate,
what a fine
he's just having a good time dishing it out, isn't he?
What a fine team these Singhs are. Wow. I think the Bulldogs could be in trouble.
We're at the 5-minute mark. This is one fall, 20-minute time limit.
Can you imagine, Mr. Wellen, later on in the card when you see the big battle royal? You know, they got a lot to prove, and I'm going to tell you, the British Bulldogs could be in trouble tonight. You know, the commandos, the Cuban commandos are after them too. So hey, all 4 of them could gang up in the British Bulldogs.
Sounds like you've done a bit of wishful thinking there, my friend.
Oh,
at any rate. Boken Singh jamming in the corner. Well, the Singh boys are all over the team of Gilles DeFosse and Kim Shaw. Boy, they look pretty tough. They look pretty tough. Cannot argue on that count. They're going to put him away. Oh, what a power slam. What a slam.
That's belly-to-belly power slam.
I wonder if he'll splash him.
He's going to splash him. Oh, yeah. It's going to be from the top rope also.
Oh, my. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. It's all over. Mukka Singh and Boken Singh scoring over the combination of Gilles DeFosse and Kim Shaw. And really, it was no contest.
You know something, Bob Brown? I don't think the Bulldogs were watching. I said a long time ago, when Boken's ready, I'll bring him in as my partner. Well, he proved he's ready. That big belly-to-belly suplex can beat anybody, any man or any dog, if you know what I mean, British Bulldogs. You show up, we're ready for you. The Battle Royal's a big thing for us. I said last week, we're going to put $10,000 in our pockets. We're going to sit back, we're going to party, we're going to talk, and we're going to get some strategy. Well, we got the strategy now. All we need is the money, and then we're going to go after them belt bulldogs.
Now, just a minute now. I'm going to come here and I'm going to talk to you. Isn't it a great feeling now to be tagged up with the North American heavyweight champion? Because I do believe he was the North American champion, and it was stolen from him. But isn't it a great pleasure to tag up with him?
I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest pleasures to finally be with my brother in tag team competition. I've been waiting, I've been working hard. And British Bulldogs, you want to get in the ring with us, we'll gladly take those belts from you.
Any closing moments?
You know what a dog does when he's scared? He kind of piddles on the floor, and then somebody beats him with a paper. Well, we don't got no paper, Bulldogs, but we got 4 good fists, 2 of his and 2 of mine, and we're going to be coming after you two.
Great pleasure talking to you two great individuals. I'm sure the Bulldogs are in a heap of trouble when they face these two right here in this ring. We'll see you back. One moment.
Well, here's a match that I would pay to see. Chris Benoit, great scrapper, out of Edmonton at 218 pounds, against the, what do I call him, the streetwise comrade Jerry Morrow, 238, Martinique in the French West Indies. It's a one-fall affair with a 20-minute time limit, and now I'm going to try somehow, we got a little love-in going in the ring, to get an unbiased opinion about these two fighters. How do you assess them, Bulldog?
Well, of course, you know the part of the Cuban commandos, Jerry Morrow, is a fine athlete. Now, you can't take that away from him. Now, we'll go to Chris Benoit. Probably the best that's ever come out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and there hasn't been too much that has come out of there. But in professional wrestling, they got to find outstanding athletes with Chris Benoit. But before closing, did you really like that interview with me and Maka Singh?
It was a thrill of your career. I could see. You got their autographs after the interview, I noticed.
Oh, I got everything. I think they're great. Did you like it?
Well, I'm very impressed. It
Oh,
was.
thank you.
I don't know that you got many words in edgewise. I thought maybe you were rather manipulated. However, I was intrigued by the fact that you got their autographs. I mean, I'm not used to that kind of thing among our announcers. Here goes Morrow over the top, takes a look, runs into the drag. Explosive, explosive.
You know, I can't help but look at you sitting there decked out with probably $500-600 suits, and I can't believe in my mind that everybody dislikes you.
Everybody?
Well, the Cuban commandos, the weasel can't stand you, and he's the finest guy I ever met. And then Jerry Morrow, he told you before the show started he didn't like you. Does anybody like you?
Well, I'm rather flattered by the list you just gave me. I like the fact they don't like me. I must be doing something right. You never thought, that's a very heavy thought for you. And I know that you're not a graduate of Harvard, and it may be difficult for you to understand, but maybe the good people like me?
I'm not dumb, Mr. Whelan.
Oh, I didn't suggest that. I didn't suggest that.
And I still like that. I like that beautiful suit you got on. I tell you, it had to cost you a lot of money. And it's beautiful.
Oh, I got it at the sand store. It was war surplus. Let's get back to the match. Enough chit-chat, because Benoit right now is going after that man, Jerry Morrow. But I will not for one moment underestimate Morrow. These are two good fighters. Oh, man. It's what you call riding the merry-go-round.
You betcha. I listen, I take my hat off to Chris Benoit. I think he's on the verge of signing a big match with Johnny Smith for the championship. Everybody says it's the end of Johnny Smith. Everybody says Benoit's going to be the new champion. But I tell you, I got to see it first.
Well, it should be a classic if and when it happens. No question. I've also got a news flash for you. I do look forward to the Bulldogs against the Singh boys. That could be a most interesting confrontation, and it's bound to come about.
Well, you weren't here for the big explosion in the cage match. Now, in all the years I've been in professional wrestling...
I was here. What's the matter with your memory? Beginning to fade a little bit?
No.
What day is it? What town are you in?
I'm just telling you, the promotion put him in a fence match. This should have never been done. A title match is in a ring, not in a cage. After all, the Cuban Commandos are not animals. They're professional athletes, and they were proud to wear the title. You get them into the cage, hey, they were bleeding, they were cut on the sharp edges, but to me, it's a big joke, and you're a part of it.
You're a little bitter. You're a little bitter. You're hot tonight.
I told you, top of the show, that I was mad.
I can tell. Well, I do hope for your sake that Jerry Morrow doesn't fade into the sunset in this one. Right now, Chris Benoit is handling him and then some. This is a 20-minute time limit as per usual, and Wayne Hart is the referee. We're moving toward 5. Oh, boy, that's good power. This Benoit has really developed strength. Good man.
To me, an even break, you'll never get it in this ring. Every match I turn to, I see a Hart referee. And I don't think for 1 minute anybody's got a chance.
Why then was Wayne Hart last year named the referee of the year in North America?
I'm not saying he's not good now, but he should never be in big matches like this because he hates the Cuban Commandos. I know. I can tell.
You can't tell. You can't tell. He rules on both sides. He's the most fair referee I think we have. But then that's a matter of opinion, I know. All right, test of strength at mid-ring. Well, it wasn't really. No, they do collide. They do collide. The bigger man by 20 pounds is Morrow. Is he going to take him down? Yes, he is. Benoit bridges. Morrow can't knock him out of there. A little bit of the amateur wrestling background showing there. Nice move. Nice move. Beautifully done. How about that? Whoa.
How about that?
And a miss there. And an arm dragon. Who's up top? Who's up top? Tell me.
Chris Benoit.
Thank you. It's the most unbiased statement you made in the whole show.
Let's bring the manager over and sit in
You want
between
the
us.
manager to sit here between us?
Yeah.
Do you want to sit between us? I don't think he really... What did you say?
وانا بقعد حدك اللي بدك Bob Brown very very good.
Oh, he's learning English. Bob Brown, very, very good.
He's got class.
You taught him, didn't you? I can tell. I can tell. Hey, we are moving toward the 10-minute mark. One fall, 20-minute time limit affair. Good, hard-hitting match thus far.
You know what I heard through the grapevine?
What did you hear through the grapevine?
Tonight, you're going to get your big opportunity to interview Larry the Shaft Cameron, the great ex-football player from Canada. And I tell you, the last time you interviewed him, you grabbed the mic out of his hand. I'll give you a tip. Don't try it again.
I'll tell you something else. He's frightening. He is frightening.
I mean,
my goosebumps had goosebumps. Reminded me of the days I used to interview the Stomper. He was the same frightening type of interview. Look at that beautiful suplex. And you've got Jerry Morrow doing a rally here. Oh, did he fly? Did he fly? Jerry Morrow, out of the West Indies, Martinique, the French West Indies, against Chris Benoit. And Jerry Morrow drives him into the corner, and he says, Waylon, this is for you, as he took on Benoit. This is a 20-minute time limit, and we are moving toward the 15-minute mark. Wayne Hart with an eagle eye. Benoit, boy, did he get banged into those turnbuckles.
Earlier in the match, Chris Benoit put his foot on the rope, and I thought he was counted out there, but he got away with it by putting his foot in the rope, and the referee broke. But the last 5 minutes, Jerry Morrow is just taking it right to him, and I don't think that this match is going to go much longer.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it. I have seen Chris Benoit endure on many an occasion when everything looked blank at the end of the tunnel. Very solid headlock applied by Morrow. Is it a choke? Is it a choke?
No. Everybody's telling Chris Benoit to give up and get out. I wonder why. He must be taking a lot of punishment.
There's just a 1 count, and it looks to me as though Mr. Benoit is managing to get along somehow. This has been a very hard-hitting affair. Good match. We've got one more bout before we take a peek at the 15-man Battle Royal. You want to hang on for that one. 15 men in the ring at one time, $10,000 going to the winner. Look at this! Beautiful maneuver! He's gonna drive him! Here we go, bango, bango! Benoit, what a move he made. Now he's going to fly.
10 minutes, guys.
He's going long distance. Hooray! No! No!
Told you, Jerry Morrow's a very smart man.
Well, Morrow very smartly got his knees up all right. Or it would have been lights out.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
I'll tell you, 2 weeks ago I said this when you weren't here, but I'll tell you, just like I told your partner, Mr. Davis, I think that he's a young, smart aleck punk.
Who is?
Chris Benoit.
You were praising him a moment ago.
But let me tell
My,
you,
you sure flip-flop, don't you?
Let me remind you something. He's a great athlete, but I think he's like the British Bulldogs, much overrated, and I think he's a smart aleck punk.
He is the quietest, least egotistical young man I've known, I think, in wrestling. Boy, have you got blinkers on, Bulldog. Bulldog blinkers.
I like to put my trunks in there, and I like to go in there against Chris Benoit one time. I'll show him what wrestling's all about.
Well, you might get the opportunity from the way you're talking. Talking a good game. Jerry Morrow's talking a good game with a referee right now. Boy, I wouldn't want to pick a winner in this one. Morrow against Benoit, evenly matched. Gave him the neck breaker. Boy, that he landed hard.
You know where I'm going? I'm going to a place where they don't like me too much, Mr. Ed Whalen. I'm going on a British Columbia tour. I'm going to see all your friends up there. I haven't saw them for a long time.
They don't like you there?
They never did like me.
You know why they don't like you?
Because I was a fine athlete.
No, they don't like you because they know you. They know you. Fine athlete. Anyway, he's using the hair and is being warned. Boy, Benoit is taking a hammering at this point. Boy, what a hard-hitting match this is. Jerry Morrow, Martinique, French West Indies, Chris Benoit, Edmonton, 1 fall 20. Now Jerry Morrow says this is for you, referring to his manager. So he's going to give a slam for the manager. Boy, are we cocky. Are we cocky.
I like that.
He's going to go up top. You like that?
Oh, I love him. Yeah, I think he's a great athlete.
He's taking a lot of time, and he's taking too much time. Want to bet? Oh, caught him right in the midsection, but he got shaken up. Look where he is. He got partially a knee into the midsection. I think they're both hurt.
I think he made his mistake, like you said. I got to agree with you. He went up to the top rope, and he took too much time. And when you take too much time, it's like any pro sports, you're going to pay the price.
Clothesline, Benoit, the big rally here. Benoit looks around, says, okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go. All of a sudden, Morrow is not the cocky character he was about 5 minutes ago.
Should have been given a yellow flag.
Should have been given what?
A yellow flag for not breaking on the rope.
Things have turned, and my co-commentator, Mr. Brown, is getting a little nervous in the service. Beautifully done. Benoit covers. It's a 1, it's a 2, that's all. Great match here. Benoit again decking him. One more time. Time he's going to pull him over. Cover, 1, 2. Whoa, that was close.
You didn't see how
Are
he
you
picked him
nervous?
up. Yes, I am. Did you see how he picked him up that time? He had a hold of his pants. That's illegal.
Good idea.
That's illegal.
Morrow never does that.
Yeah, but he gets caught all the time.
Yeah, he gets caught. Okay. The struggle between Benoit and Morrow goes on. Look out. Came back. Turned over. 1, 2, 3. How about that? How about that? How about that? What a great win there. You don't believe it?
I don't believe it for 1 minute.
Man, it went down in flames.
Something must have happened. I think the referee must have given him a fast count.
No way, no way. The winner is Chris Benoit. Yes, indeed. Strangler Steve DeSalvo. The face is getting a bit better.
The face is perfect, Mr. Whalen.
Well,
How
I
can
knew
you
that.
improve on perfection? It's like saying, how can you improve on this body?
Yes, I thought. Well, would you do us a favor? You haven't done it for a long while. Would you kind of show us?
Because you want it? No, I can't.
No, okay.
Let's talk
well,
about...
I wanted to thrill the fans.
Well, if you put it that way, I'm
Yeah.
so modest anyways, why not?
Yes.
Just one?
Just one. Just
29
one
inch
quick
arm?
one. 29 inch.
And that gets more amazing every time. What do you think?
Amazing.
It is.
Amazing. Okay, you want to talk about the Battle Royal?
Not really, because I'm the ultimate winner anyway, so we can just pass that over with. I mean, it's guaranteed. It's like taking money in a little kid's hands right here. $10,000 in my hand. What could I do with $10,000? Maybe I could help out the Karachi Vice.
Help them out?
Yeah, we could perform a lobotomy on all of them and stick a bird's brain in each one of them. And of course, the old story is, if you stick the bird brain in each one of them, they'd all fly backwards because of their intelligence level. But let's just not even talk about that. Let's just talk about myself.
All right. You
mean-
seem to like that subject. Yeah.
Well, everyone does.
Yes, yes.
I mean, we're talking about one of the greatest athletes, one of the greatest human beings in the history of the world,
Right.
myself.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be braggadocious.
Braggadocious.
Braggadocious. 4 syllables.
Any relation to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
You watched Mary Poppins or what?
I'm just wondering. I don't know about braggadocio. Anyway, I want to wish you luck in the Battle Royal. I hate to tell you this, but we're running out of time.
What a shame. It's too
Isn't
bad.
that a shame?
It's too bad.
To cut you off from the
Mr.
world.
Whalen, I want to say one
It's a
thing.
pleasure.
Your pleasure is all yours.
Yes, it is all mine, obviously. Lethal Larry Cameron. I will admit, he is an awesome sight. He comes in at 265 and hails from Chicago, Illinois. In the ring, against another big man, 270, Steve Blackman from Philadelphia. 1 fall, 20-minute time limit, and we are now just moving toward the 5-minute mark. In the early going, it was Lethal Larry. Of late, the fight has been dominated by Blackman.
I'll tell you, the last 2 weeks, you know, his matches haven't lasted about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. And today, you know, the match is carried on. And let me tell you, he may be getting a little bit more than he chose today because Blackman was taking it right to him. But you know how tough Larry Cameron was. You know, he played in that sissy professional football game they call in Canada until they kicked him out, you know, because he was too tough on the opposition.
Boy, that's a pretty ridiculous version of the Canadian Football League. There's a 2 count anyhow. I love his haircut. Boy, is that elegant. Are we talking elegant or what? Out goes Blackman. Lethal Larry Cameron, it's true. He has been squashing everybody in sight within 3 minutes, I've heard. And this is the longest fight he has been involved with, because we're nearly at the 5-minute mark.
What are you going to do today when you interview him? You got an interview coming up with him. What are you going to ask him?
I might try to be diplomatic.
You better do that, or you find yourself being picked up off the mat, Mr. Willis.
What? Blackman is in a little bit of trouble right now, but he comes back with a smash of his own. Boy, they are hammering at each other, aren't they? Talk about slugging.
5 minutes gone. 5 minutes.
Tommy Carr, veteran timekeeper, says 5. There's a 1. That's just about a 1.5, really. And that's all. Cameron has not had to go past the 5-minute mark since he's come into this territory. Oh, it's coming all around to the press table.
Well, look, they disqualify him now.
Why should they disqualify?
Well, because he almost threw him into me. Where's the
You mean he
yellow
almost
card
hurt
now?
your little body?
He wouldn't do that to me.
Well, Blackman gets the tit-for-tat trick here. Gets run into the post. There's going to be a yellow card shown to Lethal Larry.
Well, why didn't they give one to Blackman? Blackman really started it, you know, Mr. Whalen.
Blackman gets in slowly.
MIO.
MIO?
Match is over.
Said that once before and it wasn't right. Let's see what happens here. Went right through to catch the post with his shoulder. Cover, 1, 2, 3. It's over. You're right. You're right.
I'll tell you, can I call him or can I? Mr. Whalen, just stick with me. We make a great team.
Lethal Larry Cameron. He keeps jawing at the crowd. Maybe he will condescend to have an interview here. Are you? Just a minute. Just a minute. When you are interviewed on this show, I will control the microphone. Those are the rules. If you don't like it, you're gone.
Let me tell you something.
You're gone.
You ever
hear me that?
grab anything out of my hand again, I'm not responsible for what happened to you.
You give me
and
that
let me
microphone.
tell the rest of you morons something. Don't forget why I'm here in this great, God-forbidden waste Iceland, where I'm living on a block of ice, which only fit for penguins, Eskimos, and polar bears. Now I'm here in this God-forbidden town where you're so far behind time, why people still get excited about running water and indoor toilets. But that's not the reason I'm here. I'm here for that North America Championship belt. So far, I eliminated all the pretenders from the contenders. Then what they do, they send me up martial arts, a guy that's supposed to be real good in the black belt. I destroyed him too. So what about the Chris Benoit, the Bill Willington, Leo Burke, even though little Bulldog, and that big muscle head, Steve DeSavo? What about your great champ, that beach bomb, Don Morocco? What did he do? He heard that I was on a white meat diet, so he run off to Hawaii somewhere to lay in the sun and try to change his color. All right. But Morocco, we all know your true color. It's not white and it's not black. It's yellow.
All right, all right, all right. We'll be right back. Well, I'll tell you when it really gets exciting. Right now it's confusing. Is the Gamma going?
10 minutes.
We're at the 10-minute mark. Gamma almost knocked out of there, but not quite. It gets exciting when we get down to 3 or 4 fighters. At the moment, there's lots left. Johnny Smith is barely hanging on. Now he falls back into the ring, so he's all right. Some close calls there.
You ever call a battle royal play-by-play before, Ed?
Many a time.
Oh,
Many a time. It's hard to tell.
This is my first one, and it's very exciting. I don't know who's who.
No, you That's a pretty great estimate. I don't know who's who either, in the sense that everybody's after everybody, and it's hard to have your eyes in every direction. There's somebody over the top, is he? Yes, DeSalvo's out of there. DeSalvo's gone. He's the third man eliminated. Ferraro, Morrow, and DeSalvo are out of it now. No $10,000 for them.
That didn't surprise me that he was out of it.
Well, your hero, Muckin, is still in there. Is that Goldie Rogers going over the top? Yes, it is. Out goes Goldie. Benoit trying to hang on outside the rope. He's looking for help. Johnny Smith trying to boost him out. Biff Wellington is getting in trouble, too. He's got two men after him. Wellington trying to hang on. The ranks are beginning to thin. The action's beginning to pick up now. Benoit is saved. Out goes the Cuban. Out goes the Cuban. Over the top.
I can't believe that. I was predicting him to win this.
Here's Blackman. Boy, they're coming out like flies now. Dropping out of the ring. Ferraro, Morrow, DeSalvo, Rogers, the Cuban, Blackman. All of them gone now. The ranks are thinning out.
Well, the referee's hiding away, too, in case he gets trampled.
Well, watch it now. Singh gave a clothesline to the wrong man. Lethal Larry Cameron is going to argue with him.
What's happening over there?
What's happening?
Larry Cameron is leaving. He didn't get thrown over.
He just walked out.
That's hard for me to
Well, Gamma's out of there. And I think Cameron just walked out. I didn't see him thrown out, did you?
No, maybe he's looking for you after that last interview.
Thanks a lot. At any rate, Cameron was counted out. Referee Wayne Hart says Cameron bailed out. He was counted out. He just quit. Biff Wellington is now out of there. Biff Wellington is gone. So we're down to 2, 4, 6 wrestlers. Boy, did they thin out in a hurry. The Bulldogs remain Mucka Singh, Vulcan Singh, Johnny Smith, and Chris Benoit are all that are left. They're trying to hoist Vulcan Singh out of there, but that's broken up by Johnny Smith. Half a dozen out of the 15 starters.
Johnny
Crowd
Smith
loves
probably
it.
got
Pardon?
together. Johnny Smith probably got together with Mucka Singh and a couple other boys and say, hey, we'll split the $10,000. Let's get rid of the Bulldogs and let's get rid of everybody in the ring and we'll go out and have a big party.
Sure. We're moving toward the 15-minute mark. 6 men remaining. $10,000 jackpot. Battle Royal.
15 minutes gone, 15 minutes.
Among those eliminated, Ferraro, Morrow, DeSalvo, Rogers, the Cuban, Blackman, Gamma, Cameron, and Wellington. Benoit just hanging on. Benoit hanging on. He just managed to escape from Johnny Smith. Dynamite is trying to get Mucka Singh out of there. Dynamite, can he roll him over a little bit more? Marcus Singh almost went over it, not quite. The late stages of a battle royal, 15 starters. They're down to 6 people now. They're down to 6 as we go past the 15-minute mark. $10,000 the prize. It's the Singh boys, Muckin and Buchan. Whoa! Oh, I love it. Davy Boy Smith hurling his partner, Dynamite Kid, and out goes Buchan Singh. Oh, Dynamite got knocked out. Dynamite with his back turned got knocked out. Davy Boy takes a look. Davy Boy's gone. Out goes Bucka Singh. It's Johnny Smith against Chris Benoit. Bucka Singh is gone.
Yes,
Your hero.
Benoit drop kicked him over the top rope. I can't believe it.
Believe it. It's happened. The winner here, picking up $10,000 out of 15 men. It has narrowed down to only 2. It's Johnny Smith against Chris Benoit. Smith trying to lay him out over top. He can't do so.
I guess my guess went out the window. Now it's down to 2 people, and that smart-nosed young punk, Chris Benoit's in there, but Johnny Smith will take care of him.
That may be your second mistake in this match. Benoit may be staggered right now, but boy, this crowd was on fire. Things just exploded. 13 men hurled out of there, including the odds-on favorite, Mucka Singh, winner of 3 straight battle royals. He will not make it 4 straight, obviously.
The manager told me that Mucka Singh went through the middle rope. He didn't go over the top.
He went over the top.
He
went over the top. I could show you 100 replays. Look at Benoit. Caught him with a clothesline. Crowd says, hey, this is great. And guess what? It is great. What a battle royal. It's maybe the best one I've ever seen. Oh, no. Oh, no. Benoit trying to hang on. He almost got himself into trouble. Almost the end.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. Maybe I should give a little bit more credit to this Chris Benoit than I've been giving him, because he's really taken this battle royal by storm.
He's going great now. He's going to fly. He wants to soften him up to the point he can get him out of here. No, sir. No, sir. He took too long. I don't like those long-distance flights.
Well, they make a mistake. They take too long to get up there, and when they come off the top rope, it's just, they've got to do it like in 30 seconds and get it over with. But they take too long. But of course, you know, it's a rookie doing it, and I guess you can expect great mistakes from Chris Benoit.
Well, Johnny Smith hanging on, using the ropes. Johnny Smith is using the ropes, but submissions or pinfalls have nothing to do with the outcome here. So Smith goes back to a different technique, gives him a real power slam. And the crowd kind of hushed because they sensed that Benoit's in deep trouble. He's trying to pick Benoit up, trying to put him over top.
20 minutes gone.
We're at the 20-minute mark. It started as a 15-man battle royal, down to 2 men. Johnny Smith against Chris Benoit. Benoit in some trouble with that left leg. The crowd is chanting for Chris Benoit. Johnny Smith continuing to lay on the lumber. He may slow Benoit down, but don't forget, the winner is whoever puts the other man over the top. He did it! He did it! He did it! He did it! He did it!
Boy, you get excited.
How about that?
Well, you know what? Did you think he went over the top rope?
Yes, he did. Pure and simple, he did. Chris Benoit wins the match, wins the $10,000.
I can't believe it. Do you?
I think it's absolutely sensational, and it couldn't happen to a better guy. Look at Benoit. What a champion. What a champion.
Well, here's three men who do not have $10,000. Johnny Smith, Boken Singh, and Mucken Singh.
$10,000. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Would you rather have $10,000 or this belt? What would you rather have? I know what Chris Benoit would rather have. I know what Chris Benoit would rather have. He'd rather have this belt. But I don't think he deserves a championship match yet. He didn't beat me. He didn't pin me in the ring. All he did was do a cheap slide shot and kick me over the top rope. He's going to pin me. I don't know whether you're worthy enough, Benoit. I beat you for this belt right here. And if you ever step through face-to-face and look in my eyes, I'll beat you again.
All right, Mucken Singh.
Something, Jim Davies. Every time Boken and I pick up a magazine, a wrestling magazine, any kind of magazine, we see the #1 tag team in the world, the British Bulldogs, the greatest tag team ever formed. They're world famous overseas. They're world famous right here in North America. They're known everywhere. Well, you know what? When we get them in the ring, you people, you two, you want to run your big mouth and brag. Anybody that can put us out of a battle royal deserves a title shot. Well, we put you out of the battle royal. You were out before us. The people seen us there. Now you guys, quit running the big mouth. Put the belts up and put them on the line against the best brother tag team combination in the world. And we'll see our name on top of all the lists around the world.
Boken Singh.
Everybody here tonight saw us handle the British Bulldogs. We deserve a title shot. We're the biggest guys around, and we'll put them down any place, anywhere.
Okay, we shall see. Now let's go up to the ring with Ed.
I'm going to tell you something. That may have been the best battle royal I ever saw, Chris. It was terrific, and congratulations.
Tell you what, Ed, I've been training for this battle royal for weeks and weeks and weeks, spending hours and hours in the gym, in the ring. The Bulldogs have helped me a lot since I've come here. I'd like to thank everyone, all the fans in Canada. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to have won this tonight.
You know what? You should have a title shot with Smith. You deserve it. It should be yours.
I'll tell you what, Johnny Smith. I've worked my way back up the ladder. I deserve a title shot. All the people in Canada know I deserve a title shot. And I'm out to prove one thing, to prove that the belt belongs around my waist.
Okay, and I'll tell you something. The Singh boys are making a lot of noise.
Well, you know, Ed, early on in the show tonight, we told all the people if it was Chris Benoit or Biff Wellington who put us out, they would get a title shot with us. If it was the Cuban Commandos who beat us, they would get a title shot. Mucken Singh, you beat the British Bulldogs tonight. You put us over the top rope. So next week, the British Bulldogs will keep their promise and we'll give you a title shot right here in Calgary.
You'd never back off. You never do.
Hey, we never will. We never will. You know, we never backed off before. We won't do it now. Mucken Singh is right there in TV land. You put us over the top rope. You challenge us for a championship match. The Bulldogs won't back down. We'll be here next week. We'll give you the championship match that you want. And let me tell you one more thing. When we come in this ring, we're in here for one reason only. That is to win, pin you 1, 2, 3, knock you out, or make you submit. We are going to keep those belts. And tonight in the Battle Royal, the best man won, Chris Benoit.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Well. I'll tell you, it's been some kind of night. We will look forward to seeing you next time, but in the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another edition of TSN Wrestling. Bye now.